A local man will be spending almost 18 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to trafficking meth and fentanyl.
Temperatures continue to rise across East Alabama. We'll tell you how high they're going to go coming up.
Over the weekend, the Calhoun County Softball Championship ended in a very familiar way. EAN Local News starts right now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Metal Buildings, custom metal buildings built right here in Anniston.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Carl Brady. An Etowah County man has been sentenced to more than 17 years in federal prison for trafficking drugs. U.S. District Judge Corey Mays sentenced Tostig Denard Moore, 41 years old of Gadsden, to 214 months in prison. Moore pleaded guilty in December to distribution of methamphetamine and possession with the intent to distribute fentanyl. According to his plea agreement, Moore sold approximately 495 grams of methamphetamine to a law enforcement source over a series of controlled purchases. On March 4th of 2025, deputies with the Etowah County Sheriff's Office conducted a traffic stop on Moore and later arrested him after finding over a kilogram of fentanyl in the vehicle. Moore admitted to traveling to Georgia to get a resupply of illegal narcotics. Acting U.S. Attorney Catherine L. Crosby says the case is part of Operation Tres Hermanos, which involves federal and local law enforcement agencies. The FBI investigated Moore's case along with the Etowah County Sheriff's Office. An Anniston police officer making a traffic stop on Monday found enough evidence to get a search warrant, which led to a drug arrest. During the search, police found 28.6 grams of suspected methamphetamine and 28.75 grams of suspected cocaine inside the vehicle. The driver, whose name has not been released, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of trafficking illegal drugs. A high-speed chase from North Anniston into downtown Jacksonville on Alabama Highway 21 ended Saturday night after a suspect lost control of his vehicle on the Jacksonville Town Square and hit a police car. That suspect, identified by police as Marquise Gaffney of Anniston, faces a felony charge of attempting to elude and resisting arrest. Anniston police say the chase began in North Anniston when officers tried to pull over Gaffney's vehicle for a traffic violation. The suspect did not stop and instead led police on a chase that reached speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. When Anniston police were unable to catch the vehicle, they radioed for help from the Jacksonville Police Department, who took up the chase. Jacksonville police say Gaffney's vehicle spun out of control when he reached the town square, hitting one of the city's police cars. No one was injured in the crash, and Jacksonville officers took the suspect into custody. Gaffney was taken to the Calhoun County Jail, where his bond was set at $21,500. He is also expected to face charges from Anniston police for failure to stop and the original traffic violation. As it prepares to begin its new commercial aviation degree program this fall, Jax State has begun a partnership with Sanders Flight Training Center for FAA certified instruction. According to Jax State President Don Killingsworth, the partnership with Sanders will provide students in the program with classes preparing them for careers as professional pilots. He says Sanders will give aviation students access to instruction and mentorship at his flight training campus in Jasper. Jessica Sanders Walker, president of Sanders Flight Training Center, says the partnership with Jax State is an investment in Alabama's long-term competitiveness in the aviation sector. For 30 years, Sanders has delivered training for aspiring pilots, military aviators, and professional pilots seeking advanced certifications. Jax State's Bachelor of Science in Aviation will prepare students for careers in aviation management, commercial aviation, and public safety aviation. A new fire station will mean more space to keep equipment and improved living quarters for firefighters. That story and more when we return.
For 50 years, Waldrop Metal Buildings has proudly delivered American-made metal buildings, barns, and carports across the Southeast. Now we're celebrating by giving back all year long with monthly giveaways as a thank you to our customers. Visit our Facebook page to enter and be part of the celebration. Waldrop Metal Buildings, real, American-made steel.
Hi, my name is Edith Couch, and I'm a patient at Good Hydrations. Well, I've known Dr. Sneed and I've known the people at CARES ever since I moved here from Atlanta. And so I had told him about my infusions that I got because I went all the way to Birmingham. These are friends, and they're also very caring people. They asked me questions, asked me what I wanted, told me what they had to offer, what they thought would be best for me given my health situation. And so I've been coming here ever since the first trial one that I did with them.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit us at any one of our 5 locations in Oxford, Roanoke, Talladega, Jacksonville, and Lincoln.
A new fire station is under construction on Rainbow Drive in Gadsden, offering 3 times the floor space of the facility it will replace. At a recent groundbreaking ceremony for the new building, Gadsden Mayor Craig Ford said the current fire station number 8 does not meet the department's needs anymore. He said the lack of space forced firefighters to use a shed to help house their equipment. The current station is 2,500 square feet, while the new 2-story station will be 7,500 square feet. This will be the 3rd new fire station for Gadsden in recent years. Station 7 opened at Banks Park in 2022, and a new Station 5 opened at Nakalula Falls last spring. The new Station 8 is being funded through the recent RISE project bond issue. Construction on Fire Station 8 is expected to be completed in spring of 2027. The next major project for the fire department will be a waterfront station that will combine Central and Downtown Station 1 and North Gadsden's Station number 6. An 8-year-old boy diagnosed with autism was found safe Saturday afternoon following an intensive search of the Fruithurst community. Cleveland County Sheriff John Daniels says his deputies were called to a residence on County Road 490 by family members who said they had last seen their child in their yard at around 11:30 Saturday morning. The county's canine deputy immediately deployed his tracking dog in an effort to pick up a scent that would lead to the missing child. Deputies also contacted the Cane Creek Volunteer Fire Department for help. As additional deputies and first responders arrived on scene, a coordinated search team was established and a thorough search of the property surrounding the residence was conducted. Searchers received help from within the county and from surrounding counties and the state of Georgia. Equipment and resources included multiple drones, multiple tracking dogs, helicopters, underwater cameras, and more. The search ended when the child was found unharmed. Kaylin Renee Burton, an English teacher at Cleveland County High School, has been awarded the Alabama Education Retirees Foundation 2026 Scholarship for District 2. She is one of 9 education employees statewide to receive the $2,000 scholarship to help further her professional education. The scholarship was given to Burton by District 2 Retired Teachers Foundation Director Larry Burton. When we come back, local students win the state's Scholars Bowl trophy for a 3rd straight year.
This spring and summer, get it done right with Oxford Lumber, your hometown partner for projects big or small. From refreshing your garden to upgrading your outdoor space, we've got everything you need. Check out our full garden center and gear up on our Stihl showroom, chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Ready to grill? We've got Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone to fire up the fun. Since 1985, Oxford Lumber has been built on tradition and focused on you. Visit us today at any of our 5 locations: Oxford, Roanoke, Talladega, Jacksonville, and Lincoln. Oxford Lumber, where you're treated like family.
Welcome to Buster Miles Kia in Anniston, where we're dedicated to serving you with honesty and care. Whether you're shopping for a new or used car or need service, we're here to make it easy and stress-free. Visit us today at Buster Miles Kia, where great cars and family values come together. Buster Miles Kia, your trusted hometown dealership.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
For the 3rd year in a row, the Gadsden City High School Varsity Scholars Bowl team has won the state championship. The team dominated the competition, going undefeated in pool play and finishing strong with a 570-135 victory over Southside High School in the championship match. Team member Chris Holder, who came in 2nd in individual competition statewide, went from the state tournament to Chicago on Sunday to compete in the NAQT Individual National Player Championship. Holder took 8th place in the nation, the highest an Alabama student has ever placed in that competition. Parents looking for a place to let their kids get tired and dirty this summer may find the Gross Out Day Camp in Lincoln to be the perfect answer. Slimy salamanders, slugs, bugs, and roly-polies will all be found as campers explore their world through hands-on field biology. It's the kind of learning environment designed especially for children, hands-on, in motion, and at a child's pace. The program, run by the nonprofit group Fresh Air Family, serves campers entering 1st through 4th grade and counselors in training for youth entering 5th through 7th grade. Now in its 20th year, the camp will serve families throughout East Alabama in the village at Cook Springs. Campers will cool off in the shallow creek as they hunt for crawdads and play educational games. Verna Gates, executive director of Fresh Air Family, says her group studied the best way to get the brain engaged and found it was through the old-fashioned way, nature exploration. The camps will run from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily this summer. Each camp consists of 20 campers and 2 counselors in training. Financial aid is available through a $110,000 grant provided to the organization last year. Gross Out Camp is sponsored by the Coosa Valley RC&D Council. Well, what kind of weather can we expect for the rest of the week? John Holder is in the EAN Weather Center, and he's got our local forecast.
Carl, the weather for the rest of the week is going to be just like summertime. As a matter of fact, we might even touch 90 before the week is over. We'll have the complete 7-day forecast for all of East Alabama next.
Spring into freshness at WM. Celebrate the season with our bountiful selection of farm fresh produce. From juicy berries to crisp greens, taste the flavors of spring at WM. Visit us today and let the freshness bloom in every bite.
EAN News would like to thank all our commercial sponsors. Go check out our sponsors' links in the description below.
It was an incredible summer day across East Alabama. Here's the EAN weather cam on Quintard Avenue at Anniston. Plenty of blue sky and sunshine. Traffic moving along on this Tuesday afternoon. And it was warm today here in the EAN Weather Center. 85, 11 degrees above the average, even for the middle of April in Alabama. That's incredible. Low this morning at 53. That's, again, a little bit above the average for this time of year. We've got another night of very comfortable temperatures coming up across East Alabama. No chance of rain, certainly. The low by tomorrow morning will be at 57 degrees. Very nice and pleasant all night long. Coming up tomorrow, another summer-like day ahead. Plenty of sunshine mid-morning. We're at 64. By lunchtime, we're already at 78 degrees, already above our average for this time of year. And then tomorrow afternoon, 86 degrees at 3 o'clock tomorrow. It's going to be very warm all across the region. Here's the 7-day forecast. How about 90 degrees for the first time this year? It does look like that before the week is done, we will see our warmest temperature of the year. 86 tomorrow, 85 Thursday. There's that 90-degree temperature on Friday. We'll be very close to that again on Saturday as well. We do have a very small chance of rain in here Saturday night and early in the day on Sunday. This is not much. It's about a 20% chance of rain. Even if you get rain, it's going to be very light in nature. Certainly nothing to bust the drought out there. Temperatures will back off a little bit. 73 for the high on Sunday. We're back in the mid to upper 70s on Monday and Tuesday. Now, that's not mid to upper 80s, but that is still above average for this time of year. Nighttime lows will continue to be mainly in the 50s and 60s. But as we get into Monday morning, we may briefly drop down into the upper 40s. But again, for the most part, our weather just not changing a whole lot coming up in the next 7 to 10 days. Let's take a look at the UV index. You're thinking, John, this is what we normally look at in June and July and in August. Well, we have to be very careful with that. The sun is getting higher in the sky. And look at the UV index. This is Anniston, Alabama today. Very high. The UV index at a 10. We're almost in the extreme category. We've got plenty of blue sky, not many clouds out there. The sun is getting higher in the sky, and we are experiencing UV rays. What does this mean? This means if you are outside and you're working outside, if you're doing maybe equipment work, if you're doing things like exercising in the middle of the day especially, and in the afternoon hours, you need to be very careful with this. Also, school. We don't typically deal with this while school is in session, but PE classes, PE teachers, things like that, might want to consider sunscreen for those PE classes and all those sports that are going on in the spring, baseball, softball, soccer, tennis, all those kind of things going on. The UV index is high, so you can get a sunburn even in April here in Alabama. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, bright and early, with your Wednesday Day at a Glance. We've got sports coming up next. Colby Amos after the break.
Discover the elegance of fine jewelry at Couch's Jewelers. From timeless diamonds to stunning gemstones, every piece is crafted to perfection. Experience the quality in person. Your next treasure awaits. Visit us today in Anniston.
The Calhoun County Softball Tournament has come to a close with a familiar result at the top. Alexandria has claimed the county championship for the third year in a row. The Valley Cup secured the title with an 11-8 win over Oxford, with a high-scoring matchup and both teams finding success at the plate throughout the game. Alexandria was able to build a lead early with its momentum and maintain its lead through key moments. Oxford continued to respond, though, keeping the game close through later innings, but Alexandria was able to hold on and close out the win. The championship marks another milestone for the Valley Cubs program, as this is now their 6th consecutive county tournament title in the last 8 years. The stretch highlights a consistent level of success and depth from within the program. The win continues a strong run for the Lady Valley Cubs, as the team has remained one of the top programs in the county. With another title secured, Alexandria now looks ahead to the remainder of their season. With the tournament now complete, the all-tournament team has also been announced for Calhoun County softball. Leading the way, Jayla Jackson of Oxford was named Offensive Player of the Tournament. The Defensive Player of the Tournament goes to Reese Cart of Alexandria for her standout performance in the circle. Earning the Most Valuable Player honors is Charlie Paris, who had a strong showing at the plate, hitting home runs in nearly every single game of the tournament. Additional all-tournament selections have also been announced across several local programs. From Alexandria, selections include Ryan Lumpkin, Bailey Elton, J.C. Brooks, and Callie Hesh. Oxford is represented by Emma Timms-Becerra, Madison Murphy, and Jordan Alexander. From White Plains, Carly Fritz and Carly Ann Green were also selected. Ohatchee had 2 honorees with Reese Stewart and Elena Finch. Other selections include Promise McLean from Weaver, Sophie Williams from Jacksonville Christian Academy, Alexa Cranbert from Pleasant Valley, and Kaylin Green from Piedmont High School. The all-tournament team highlights top performances from across Calhoun County during this year's tournament. Turning over down to volleyball, Donahoe is now seeing a change in leadership for its girls program. Head coach Anna Taylor is stepping away from her role after taking a new position as head of the middle and upper school at Donahoe. With that transition, she will no longer be able to continue her coaching duties, as Taylor began leading the volleyball program back in 2022. In her first season, Donahoe won a state championship. Her time with the program included immediate success and helped establish a strong foundation. With this change, Donahoe will now begin the search for a new head coach. The program looks to build on its recent success moving forward. More updates are expected as that search continues. That's going to be all that we have for sports today. Back to you, Carl.
Thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News. We appreciate all of your support. Please like and subscribe to see more local news for your area. We'll see you back here Wednesday for your news on your schedule.